Welcome to Scott's Adventures in Photography. Today we're going to take a quick look at the K&F Concept Large Camera Backpack. I picked this bag up off Amazon, where it's currently listed for $80 US. I'll point out right away that the ad states it is gray, and it looks like it is in the pictures, but it's definitely more of a blue. I think it looks great, but if you want gray, you may not be happy with this. Before doing this review, I used the bag for several days, which included taking it as carry-on luggage for a short flight, driving around with it in my Jeep, and taking on a few short walks. Not exactly hard use, but I don't think this bag is really meant for professional or extreme duty applications, despite how it may be advertised. I found it comfortable to wear, as it is nicely padded with a breathable mesh material, and the straps are wide enough for the amount of weight you will realistically be carrying. Speaking of weight, it's scaled in at about 2.5 pounds while empty, which I think is quite reasonable. Dimensionally, it's about 16 inches tall, 11 inches wide, and 7 inches deep, and that's accounting for there being some stretch in the material. From a durability standpoint, the materials seem adequately thick, the stitching is very neat and doubled in some areas, the straps and their attachment hardware all feel reassuringly strong, and the zippers function smoothly. It really seems quite decent, but as I said, this just isn't a professional's everyday bag. It's not built that heavy. The bottom also has a faux leather material on it, which should do a nice job of resisting wear and water entry in this area, although I'd bet it's not actually where this bag will wear out first. Accessed from the back is the main compartment for the camera and lenses. I found I could comfortably include the camera with a lens attached, plus 2 additional lenses, one being a large telephoto. With that, I still had space for bags of filters, batteries, a charger with car adapter, microfiber cloths, and some extra caps. One gripe I have with this part of the bag is that they should have used more than 2 thin strips of Velcro to retain the dividers, as this will likely prove inadequate as the Velcro wears. Also, they should have extended the Velcro around the top, where the camera is meant to live, as most camera bodies are not that large and some space is wasted without being able to divide this area. Originally, I was undecided if I liked the bag opening from the rear, as opposed to the more common front opening approach. Then I realized it is much nicer to be setting the part of the bag that is not against you onto whatever dirty or wet surface you might have available when you're grabbing a different lens. On the front of the bag, you have both a small outer compartment and a larger, but still thin, compartment with some padded and mesh dividers. This does bring me to another small, shall I say, problem that I have with this bag. If I put it on, you will see that it really isn't that large compared with me, and I'm of an average build at most. This means it won't necessarily fit everything you would like. No matter how I arrange things, I cannot fit my Sigma 150 to 500mm with the mount on in it. Also, you can't put a laptop larger than about 13 inches in the front compartment, which rules out my Acer Nitro, and many other laptops that would likely be used for post-production work. However, anything but the largest tablet should fit easily. On the side, there is a pocket and strap for attaching a tripod. I think it's a bit unfortunate how they set this up, using a top loop rather than a buckle. This cheap, but quite light, Amazon tripod will not work with the top loop due to the design of the leg supports. Any tripod with a similar design will have the same problem, and those are quite common. I was able to work around this by scrounging a short buckle strap from an old gym bag. While this isn't perfect, it is livable. I do have other tripods, so it isn't the end of the world, but as I said, I feel it's unfortunate they designed it this way. On the other side, it would have been nice if they included a mesh pocket for a water bottle. Yes, water and camera gear rarely mix as well, but if you're going to be walking around or waiting to get a shot for a while, it would be a nice thing to have. Speaking of waterproof, it does pass the splash test, but my experience with these types of treatments means you should probably pack a poncho or garbage bag to cover it if you're going to be at risk of being rained on for a long period of time. You can see it's already starting to soak in around the seams, and the zippers are definitely not waterproof. All said, I think this is a very good bag for the money. It's a little small, not terribly heavy duty, and personally I'd like to see a few tweaks in the design, but I imagine it will serve me well for some time.